Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi took charge in addressing the heightened military conflict in the Gaza Strip during a recent meeting of the National Security Council, as per an official statement from the Egyptian presidency. The council made a significant decision to increase engagement with both international and regional relief organizations, with the primary objective of delivering much-needed humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip. This move comes as vital humanitarian supplies were stockpiled near the Rafah crossing within Egypt, and mounting pleas to open the border to the southern Gaza region. It's important to note that Gaza had not received any aid since the commencement of the fighting a week prior. The situation became more critical when Israel called for over 1 million Palestinians living in the north of Gaza to vacate their homes and head south, citing an imminent ground invasion. Subsequently, a chorus of international officials and organizations urged Egypt to establish a humanitarian corridor that would enable Palestinians to safely leave Gaza. However, the Egyptian government emphasized its unwavering commitment to national security, making it clear that this is a non-negotiable priority. Consequently, Egypt has been cautious about opening the last remaining exit for Gazans. In addition to these measures, Egypt also expressed its willingness to collaborate with international and regional partners to de-escalate the situation and put a halt to any targeting of civilians. Furthermore, Egypt conveyed its readiness to take any necessary actions to promote peace and resume a genuine peace process. These recent decisions underscore Egypt's multifaceted approach to the crisis in Gaza, balancing its national security concerns with a commitment to humanitarian relief and the broader pursuit of lasting peace in the region. Humanitarian assistance originating from Dubai, bound for Gaza, has successfully reached Egypt. A plane transporting over 11 metric tons of aid landed in Egypt on a Sunday, as reported by the Emirates-based aid organization responsible for dispatching the supplies. The Dubai International Humanitarian City, in a press release, confirmed that the aid cargo will be transferred to the Egyptian Red Crescent. The Egyptian Red Crescent is actively engaged in facilitating the entry of supplies sent by various nations into Gaza. The consignment comprises essential provisions, including clean water and food, as well as sanitation and hygiene supplies, all of which are of utmost importance in addressing the pressing humanitarian needs in the region. On Monday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to make a return visit to Israel, where he will hold meetings with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and various Israeli officials. This announcement was made by State Department spokesman Matthew Miller. Blinken's visit to Israel is part of an extensive tour across the Middle East, which he embarked upon in response to the attack by Hamas on Israel that occurred on October. He has already visited Israel, as well as other key nations in the region, including Jordan, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. A devastating earthquake has struck Afghanistan, sending shock waves through the mountainous terrain and leaving behind a grim trail of casualties and destruction. The reports suggest that, as the earthquake struck on Sunday, many residents in the affected area still chose to sleep outside, fearing the collapse of their homes and the potential entrapment beneath the rubble. To compound the already dire situation, dust storms followed the quakes, exacerbating living conditions and causing further damage to the makeshift tents that survivors were residing in. As the nights grow colder, a significant portion of the population finds themselves without a place to call home. It's a dire situation, with many still residing amidst the ruins of their homes, where entire families were tragically wiped out in an instant just a week ago. The World Health Organization, WHO, has reported that nearly 20,000 people have been affected by this series of disasters, with a heartbreaking majority of the victims being women and children. Adding to the complexity of this dire situation, the Taliban authorities, who assumed control in August 2021 following the withdrawal of U.S. forces, are grappling with the challenge of providing assistance. The nation is already facing a daunting humanitarian crisis, and its relations with international aid organizations are strained, making it all the more difficult to address the urgent needs of the affected population.